Your knowledge of contract language is imperative.
You must know what a violation looks like if you wish to be active in its cessation.
It is important to understand that being active and knowledgeable affects your overall bargaining strength.
Together, we can forge a more militant NALC.
Good morning and welcome back to Parcels of Knowledge, that podcast dedicated to delivering knowledge to City Letter Carrier, with your host, the Roseville Wrecking Ball, at grievance number 502 here in the wonderful city of Roseville, Michigan. Once I wrap up my year, I'll be posting a yearly summary of what we have been doing here, grievance-wise, to give you guys a good idea of what insight the tracking system provides carriers. Every year I use the tracking system to determine a report that I give to my branch. They don't solicit it because I don't even know if they look at it, but I think they do. But I think it's a good idea because I give the same report to my carriers around the Christmas party, which, by the way, is tentatively December 20th. We're going to have a Christmas party right there on the workroom floor. In the morning, we usually invite the retirees, set up tables, serve them food. While we work, we go in and out and talk to them. It's a good time. And we're still effective at the end of the day. So management is, we still do our job, and management lets us do this wonderful Christmas party. And I'm thankful every year to have been a part of it. But anyway, it's going to be the same thing I give to all my carriers, and it's going to be sooner than you may think too. I wrap up my years in December, so I can have a yearly report prepared by January 1st, or at least by the Christmas party. My grievance years go from December to November rather than January to December because of that reason. Either way, that's beside the point. Today, we are here to talk about one thing, and that is your duty as a member, and a call upon that duty currently. I've done before a episode in the past, if you haven't listened to it yet, about the duties of the membership. I think it's a great episode. You should go listen to it if you don't understand what your duties should be. But as I have stated in a prior episode, Building a Fighting NALC is hosting a survey for contract demands. So it's our opportunity, our duty, and our privilege to let our voices be heard in terms of letting the higher-ups understand what is most important to us. It appears some figures are already trying to play cleanup. I know a local RAA told a branch president that he recommended just to stick to what they know was legitimate, which is a fancy way of calling Building a Fighting NALC some sort of potential scam. Trust me, this is a real survey, and there is no harm in filling it out. They do not solicit information that would hurt any member. Branch presidents, if someone comes up to you and asks if they should fill it out, do not share this opinion that this RAA did, that it might be a scam. It's legitimate, and, hopefully we're going to need your support, so hopefully you can support that. I invited Derek from Building a Fighting NALC on to talk about this, so that short interview will be coming up momentarily. But for now, I just want to stress the importance of these things. This is a show of solidarity for your fellow letter carriers. I know any carrier who's truly invested in making this the career it once was would participate in acts of solidarity with the upright zeal that they deserve. If we do not, and it fails, we have no one but ourselves to look upon with disappointment. Unionism isn't a pyramid structure like you see in businesses. It's not some top-down logistic. We are the union. We can only move forward if we grab our career by the bootstraps and step forward. I think at some point in time, when this place was a career we could be more proud of, we must have gotten so comfortable we forgot how to productively invest ourselves. With the degradation of our wages comes the inability to focus on our career. We become more stressed and focused on how we can pay our bills. We start getting invested into more overtime or maybe a second job and no longer have time for meetings, surveys, or rallies. I implore you, please, invest yourself in you and your fellow coworkers. It'll be worth the investment. Building a Fighting NALC has a goal of 2,000 people to take the survey. I think we can handily beat that estimate. Hell, we have over 200,000 members. But this will take people to make the effort and invest 2 minutes into filling out a couple boxes. I know we can handle this. It's not too daunting for us. We are letter carriers. God damn it, we move mountains. But we can't do it alone as rank and file. We need the investment to also come from our branch leadership. Without further ado, here's my short discussion with Derek, and I'll meet you on the other side.
We're on the other side now, and I'm here with Derek. Derek, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hey, I'm Derek out of Boston. I'm a almost 2-year letter carrier now, and an alternate shop steward, and I'm also a part of Build a Fighting NALC. And we are preparing for the contract, which expires in May of 2026. The National Union has been slow to prepare the rank and file for what is going to be an incredibly important contract. And if you heard Renfro speaking recently on Next Generation Carriers, he's already setting up for us to have a weak contract. And, you know, the political environment will be the political environment. The economy is going to be what the economy is. But the one thing that we do have control over is how we as a union approach bargaining and approach how we organize ourselves. And if we look at other parts of the labor movement, there's a formula, there's a blueprint that's written of how you approach important contracts. And the way that you do that is you have a contract survey where you reach the membership, you hear what they have to say, you hear what their priorities are. And through reaching the rank and file, you also build the organization that you need to then win those contract demands. So this is the first step in an escalating campaign leading up to the contract expiring. We want to put the NALC in the best bargaining position possible so that we can deliver the most we can. And so the first step will be the contract survey. The next will be the February rallies in February 22nd. And then we'll have more things to come. This is an escalating campaign.
Nice.
Now, if you go to fightingnalc.com/survey, this is where you can fill the survey out yourself. We will be closing the survey within about a month and then putting together a list of demands that we can then bring to our national union and say, hey, we talked to the rank and file. This is what they need. This is what their highest priorities are. And at the end of the survey, you have commitments. Things like wearing buttons, t-shirts, stickers in support of the contract campaign, attending rallies for the contract campaign, signing petitions and speaking with your coworkers. This is the thing that will allow National to secure a better contract, is us being able to organize on the shop floor. So after you've filled out your survey, there's also a printable version that you can access through this same page. Print out a couple. Either send the link to people at your station or sit down with somebody if they're not going to do something on their phone and fill it out with them and then input their responses. The survey is not just a thermometer that we're sticking, we're trying to get a reading off of. It's the start of an organizing conversation. And this is what is the bread and butter of the labor movement. It's organizing conversations on the shop floor that built this union, and we'll rebuild it one day.
Well, how's the participation looking so far?
We have had the survey open for about a week at this point, and we are right on track to crack 1,000 responses already. So we're halfway to our initial 2,000 responses goal. That's only a small fraction of the total membership, but it's more than more than the national union has been able to put out for any type of large contract survey. This is the type of thing that most unions do themselves, and it's the thing that we would like the national union to be able to put out in front of all of our members. It has our phone numbers, it has the union structures to bring this to the rank and file. But in the meantime, we've got to do it ourselves.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that everyone who's listening, that's 1%. 2,000 people is about 1%, might be a little bit less. So I think that's completely achievable. I think that we should all owe it to ourselves to stand up for what we believe in this contract and do this one better than the last one. Before I end it, do you have anything else you'd like to add before we go?
Yeah. If this seems like something new and something that is the type of thing you'd like to be a part of, you can go to fightingnalc.com and hit the join button. You can also go to join our February contract rallies working group. That will also be on our website. So come check us out and get involved.
You know what?
We've got to build this together.
You know what? Before we go, I was going to wrap it up, but I got more questions. What about for these February rallies? Do you guys have any sort of things that branches could, like kits, like things like, are you planning on creating material for these rallies, or do you think that the branches will be subject to themselves or national to be supplying anything like signs?
As for materials, we don't have any yet, but what we do have is a checklist, and I can send that to you to put in the episode description. I know
Okay.
a lot of us have our November union meetings coming up. Find some other people who are interested in this, put together a resolution, vote on it, and then get the branch to endorse. And you can follow our checklist. This is what we did to put together a big rally in downtown Boston last March, and I think people can learn from it. People can add on to it.
Yeah, we ended up doing a rally, I believe, in February or March ourselves. We didn't really take the shape of any particular groups, but I do think my branch kind of relished in the fact that NALC was about to launch its Fight Like Hell campaign, so they kind of were happy to endorse it, and then all of a sudden they did have those Fight Like Hell rallies like right after it, so it worked out for us.
Interesting. Yeah. No, that was how it worked in Boston too. We got Branch 34 to endorse it, and we organized the rallies, and then National came in and joined us with the Fight Like Hell.
Yeah, I think ours was nowhere near the size of yours. I think it was just my branch, and we probably had 30 people out there. I know your guys' was huge. But yeah, we got to make sure that we plan these things ahead of time, guys. So make sure you get with your branches, and if your branch is not going to endorse it, my advice to you is try and do it station-wide. Try and get like-minded people. If you don't already have a caucus going on, I think that this is the perfect opportunity to start building up to something. Whether your branch endorses it or not, but preferably, I think it seems like Renfro is on board with trying to do these rallies. So I don't see any branch, whether they support the establishment or not, I don't see any branch backing out of something like this. But yeah, it was
good luck to all of you. And thank you, Josh, for having me on. I appreciate this.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, it was short notice, so it's not going to be a really long one today, but feel free to contact me anytime in the near future so we can have you on again when it comes to planning, because I think this is going to be integral to a good contract.
All right.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, so you heard the man. You can even print these things out and get your coworkers to return them to you so you can type out the information if you so choose. Please do what you can. Make a concerted effort. Everyone who listens to my podcast, at the very least, please forward the link to at least one of your coworkers. I'm putting this link in the description of the episode. And at least take the survey yourself if you haven't done it already. This is the Roseville Wrecking Ball, dropping the elbow of education and solidarity on you grievance maniacs. Oh yeah. As always, have a good day out there. Thank you for listening.
Out to the Roseville Wrecking Ball. He is an Article 8 scholar, and thank God. We need Article 8 scholars right now. The Grievance Genius and the Roseville Wrecking Ball doing amazing work.
Brothers and sisters, this guy is good, man. He's fucking good.
And my boy Joshua, he killed it. Man, he's lockstep right now. He's killing it.
You would think this guy has been around for 30 fucking years. That's how good he is.